Bukosa, who is in the House this afternoon, the Kenya Farmers Employment Board, and the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority. Honorable members, on my own behalf and that of the National Assembly, I welcome them to Parliament and wish them fruitful engagements during their stay in the country. Thank you. There can be nothing, there cannot be anything out of order from the chair's communication. The Honorable Bukose.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to join you to welcoming the delegation from the Parliament of Uganda, led by Honorable Dr. Joseph Lyonga, who are here on a benchmarking tour. We had a very fruitful discussion in the morning, Honorable Speaker, between the National Assembly Health Committee members and the delegation from Uganda. And they are here in the country, as you've indicated, to learn from us, and we've also learned some things from them. And Uganda is our sister country, is our neighbor, and is our brothers and sisters. And they'll also be here during the IALA Games, which will be hosting in Mombasa. And our team leader, Honorable Engineer Kawaya, just seated behind me, it was telling me that the Kenyan team is really prepared in all aspects and will be engaging all our brothers and sisters from the East African region. And therefore, we want to make it that they enjoy the city of Nairobi, the city in the sun, very beautiful city, and with the hospitality of the Kenyans. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I want to ask them that they enjoy the warm welcome by the Kenyans. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next order. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The Honorable Majority Leader. Oh, you're there.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House. Today, Tuesday, November 12, 2024. 1, the National Assembly Annual Report of 2023-2024.
Order, members, we shall listen to the leader in silence.
2, Honorable Speaker, report of the Auditor General of the Green Climate Fund Readiness Project, grant number KEN-RS-004 for the year ended 30th June 2022, and the certificates therein from the National Treasury. 3, reports of the Auditor General and financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2021, 30th June 2022, 30th June 2023, and 30th June 2024. 30th June 2023, and the certificates therein in respect of the following: Sawagongo High School, 2, St. Francis Rangala Girls High School.
Don't remember, it's Rangala.
Rangala. St. Francis Rangala Girls High School. Honorable Speaker, you seem to know where the school is.
Yes, I do.
3, Flamingo Secondary School. 4, Nia Girls High School. I know where that school is, Honorable Speaker. And 5, Hillcrest Secondary School. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I have been to Nia Girls, Honorable Speaker.
And the Soga girls too. First Lady, the chairperson of CIOC, the Honorable Muchomba. The Honorable Muchomba, this is your opportunity. The member for Githunguri, the Honorable Muchomba, you got business this afternoon in the House. I hope you are aware. I assume that you are the chairperson of the committee, Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee. Is that the position?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready to business.
I'm ready for the business.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th November 2024. The report of the Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee on the participation in the collaboration and partnerships between the United Kingdom from 21st May to 28th May, and first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by the following independent commissions. 1, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. 2, the National Land Commission. And 3, the National Gender and Equality Commission. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. You may lay the papers. The chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, the 12th of November 2024. This is the report of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on the consideration of the Agricultural Professionals Registration and Licensing Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2024. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Proceed to lay. The chairperson for the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Honorable Gakuya. Honorable Merean, are you the one? Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th November 2024. This is a report on the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Cooperatives Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2024. Thank you.
Then finally, the chairperson for the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, Honorable Murugara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th November 2024. Report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 50 of 2023. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Proceed to lay. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The member for Rangwe, you got a notice of motion. Give it a minute.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order number 33-1, I rise to seek leave for adjournment of the House in order to discuss a definite matter of urgent national importance regarding the implementation of Social Health Insurance Fund, otherwise called SHIF, which officially began in October 1st, 2024. Honorable Speaker, the Social Health Insurance Fund is designed to promote universal health coverage by ensuring all individuals and communities have access to essential quality health services, from health promotion and prevention to treatment, rehabilitation, and palliative care without facing financial hardship. While the objectives of SHIF are commendable, Honorable Speaker, as it aims to bridge critical gaps in health access, the rollout has encountered significant challenges that undermine its effectiveness. Honorable Speaker, in the past 1 month, many patients requiring urgent essential treatment, such as cancer and renal care, have experienced severe delays in treatment despite being prior contributors to the defunct National Health Insurance Fund. In addition, Honorable Speaker, healthcare facilities have raised concern on the inadequate funding and delayed disbursements by the Social Health Authority, resulting in financial constraints that hinder their ability to provide critical services. Sadly, due to the technical issues encountered on the SHIF portal, many patients are being forced to pay out of pocket, imposing further financial strain on those who cannot afford such expenses and endangering their lives by delaying life-saving treatment. Speaker, it is against this background that I seek leave of the House to discuss this matter of national importance with a view to exploring possible and lasting solutions.
You can go in low tones.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It is against this background that I seek leave of the House to discuss the matter of national concern with a view to exploring possible and lasting solutions to this problem. I thank you.
Honorable members, the motion just given notice of is to discuss the state of order. Discuss the status of Chief Shah, and no, there's no shoe. And I confirm that the member who has just given the notice has requested support, and therefore appoint 6 o'clock this evening as a time for discussing this matter. What is out of order, Honorable Junet?
Mr. Speaker, this is a very, very important matter. It's a matter of national importance, Mr. Speaker. This is a matter that is touching the lives of Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. And this is a new program that the government is implementing. And the laws that are being used to implement this program, Mr. Speaker, were passed by this House. All the laws, all the 3 sets of laws, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 6 o'clock is the happy hour. You know where people are, members of the House, Mr. Speaker, at 6 p.m. They are somewhere there. I don't want to mention the name where they are, Mr. Speaker. There is no serious business we can discuss at 6. You know they have retreated. You know where they retreat? At 6 o'clock, Mr. Speaker. Let us give this important matter, Mr. Speaker, some good time, Mr. Speaker. Like from 4:30, I propose to 7 o'clock, Mr. Speaker. Or 5, if worst case scenario, 5 o'clock. 4, Mr. Speaker. Members are saying we discuss this matter now. Now, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I seek your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, on this matter because, Mr. Speaker, if this does not happen, Mr. Speaker, Kenyans will not know whether we are guarding them against what they are going through, Mr. Speaker. We are saying that we want time to discuss, dissect, and the chairman of the Health Committee, Dr. Pokose, must be present in the House and tell Kenyans what is the progress on this matter, Mr. Speaker, and how it is being implemented, by who, and which means, and how Kenyans are benefiting, whether Kenyans have gotten value for their money. All that must be discussed in this House today, Mr. Speaker. We want to know Shah, Shiv, Shu, Shi,
Okay,
all of
well
them,
said.
Mr. Speaker, all of them.
Well said. The Honorable Muchomba, what is out of order? If it's about the timing, then I think the point has been made by the Honorable Junet very ably. If it's about timing, then I think we just hold our horses.
Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to seek for your indulgence because you know every hour, Mr. Speaker, every hour, 5 babies are born in this country. And if we don't prioritize such things, by the time we discuss this matter at 6 o'clock, how many more babies will be born in the wrong way? Mr. Speaker, that is why I was seeking your indulgence to actually make this debate as soon as possible, even if it is now, because it is important. This is a national issue of national importance, and it influences on the outcome of medical services provided in this country. So we want now, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Kangogo.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Honorable Lillian Koko for bringing this very important issue. Mr. Speaker, I want to join my colleagues to say this is a very serious issue of national importance. That is about the lives of Kenyans. And Mr. Speaker, we need to suspend any other business which is coming before now, and we have this as a priority. We discuss about the health of Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. There is nothing more important than this one, Mr. Speaker. It touches about the lives of our people. Let's discuss it now.
Thank you. I think I'll make a guiding on this. Honorable members, if you look at the order paper and the business we have there, this is the direction I'm going to give, that this business, the notice given by the Honorable Gogo of Rangwe, will be considered from 5 o'clock. Hold your horses. From 5 o'clock or upon the conclusion of order number 11, whichever comes earlier. 5 o'clock or upon the conclusion of order number 11, whichever comes earlier. So if we are done with order number 11 at 4:30, we'll go into it. It's so directed. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Members, I just want to request members who have their questions in the order paper to be as brief as possible, and in view of what I've just directed now, I will not allow any comments on requests for statements. So I will start with the Honorable the member for Garsen. Go ahead.
Thank you, Speaker. I wish to state that I'm doing this statement on behalf of the Honorable Ali Wario, MP Garsen. A request for a statement regarding abduction of persons in Garsen constituency. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the abduction and disappearance of persons from Garsen constituency. Honorable Speaker, on 5th of October 2024, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed, of ID number 42848612, was reportedly abducted by a known gunman using a Toyota Hilux double cabin vehicle with registration number KCU 567U in front of Garseni Police Station. This incident allegedly occurred in the presence of police officers, including the officer commanding station, that's the OCS, as Mr. Ahmed attempted to report the earlier abduction of his brother-in-law, Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed. The disturbing trend of abduction, which has been on the rise in our country, is causing profound distress among affected families who face agonizing uncertainty about the fate of their loved ones. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, the reasons behind the abduction of Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed and Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed, including the identity of the abductors if available, particularly given that the registration number of the vehicle involved is known. Number 2, the whereabouts of the missing persons the status of any investigations conducted thus far, and any explanation regarding their continued detention incommunicado. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, the measures the government has put in place to ensure that counterterrorism efforts are conducted in strict adherence to legal protocols and international human rights standards. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. I saw the Honorable, the chairperson of the committee concerned here. This question is related to the Committee on Administration and Internal Security. Yes, Honorable Member.
Mr. Speaker, will come with a response to the statement in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, but having said this, Mr. Speaker, it's just good to be on record. Actually, last on Thursday, for almost close to 3 hours, the committee had an engagement with the IG and this DIG concerning the very concerning issue of missing person disappearance and, of course, of Kenyans. It has become an issue of hijacking. So we are going to respond among the other concerns. Yes.
Why 2 weeks? I want to know why 2 weeks, why not 1 week?
I want to, Mr. Speaker, you know, this issue of securities are so complex and dynamic. And at times, investigation may take a little bit of time. And I've just mentioned the last week. We had an entire almost session of 3 good hours discussing the same issues with the IG. And I want to have a comprehensive response to give before this House.
Okay, because now 2 weeks has become a cliche. Every chairperson says 2 weeks. 2 weeks comes and goes and you don't get responses.
Maybe then at maximum 10 days.
So 10 days, get the response. The next is the member for Nyaribari Masaba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 44, 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding insecurity in Ikorongo village in Nyaribari Masaba constituency. Honorable Speaker, there has been a rise in insecurity in Nyaribari Masaba constituency, which has led to theft of livestock. For instance, on the 29th of September 2024, 2 cows and a donkey were stolen from the farm of Mr. Charles Okemwa Mirava in Ikorongo village. The matter was reported in Ikorongo Police Station under OB number 03/29/9/2024. Additionally, on the 27th September 2024, 2 more cows were stolen from the farm of Mr. Douglas Matoke Isabuoke. And the incidents reported again to Ikorongo Police Station under OB number 03/28/4/2024. Despite tracking the trail of stolen animals of Mr. Douglas Isabuoke to G-Ship location in Transmara East Sub-County, efforts to recover them were unsuccessful. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the following. 1, provision of a report on the status of investigations into incidences of cattle theft reported to Ikorongo Police Station. 2, the actions being taken to ensure the perpetrators of the crimes are arrested and prosecuted without delay, and stolen animals or livestock returned to the owners. 3, immediate steps the government is taking to address insecurity in the area, including the underlying tensions within the regions bounding the county. And 4, the long-term strategies being put in place to curb security within the area. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Tongoyo.
Mr. Speaker, I will be able to have the statement Thursday next week.
Thursday next week, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Not 2 weeks.
But it's good also to notify the Member of Parliament because next week on Friday, the committee will be visiting the Kilgoris and Atabarikoi, and even actually they will spend in Kisii to look issues of insecurity bordering actually the 2 counties. So we'll still able to have an opportunity to interrogate the security managers concerning the same.
Thank you. The Honorable Manduku, Thursday next week. There's nothing out of order on that issue, the Honorable Simkuli.
What is out of order?
No, Mr. Speaker, I just want a clarification when the statement is being issued that this matter, although the honorable member had told me, is not between Kilgoris and Kisii, but between Murwa Digir and Kisii, because the issue of stock theft might affect Kilgoris, but the stealing of donkeys does not usually affect Kilgoris. So it should be strictly a matter between Transmara East and Kisii.
The Honorable Tongoyo, you've heard. The Honorable School is saying they have nothing to do with donkeys. So don't involve them on donkeys issues. So please. That is well said. The Honorable Manduku, you take it up with the chairperson. He says next Thursday, and that there's a mission coming to the same region on Friday the following week. So take it up with him and get the dates and participate, getting answers. Next is the member for Kiambu. The member Mashua Waithaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Request for statement regarding arrest of Mr. James Kariuki, a Kenyan citizen in the United Arab Emirates. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations regarding the arrest and prolonged detention of Mr. James Kariuki in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Honorable Speaker, on 13th March 2020, several documents, including an Emirati identification card belonging to Mr. James Kariuki of passport number AK0550628, then based in Dubai, UAE, was stolen in a dubious recruitment process. He thereafter reported the incident to Naif police station in Dera City, Dubai, but to no avail. On 4th August 2020, while in the airport waiting to board a flight to Kenya, he was arrested by officials who accused him of fraud and obtaining money under false pretenses, as his documents had been used to defraud several victims in Dubai. His detention has persisted since then, as the authorities require him to pay 2 million dirham to secure his release. During his detention, a fraud incident occurred where his documents were used, but this was not enough to secure his release. Honorable Speaker, it's against this backdrop that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations on, 1, the current status and condition of Mr. James Kariuki, who is detained, and any assistance granted to him. 2, a report on the investigation into the loss of identification documents belonging to Mr. James Kariuki, which was reported at Naif police station, including the unauthorized use of criminals while he was in custody. 3, steps taken to provide consular support and ensure communication between the detained individual and his family in Kenya. And 4, diplomatic measures being taken by the government to engage with UAE authorities to resolve this matter and to ensure his repatriation to rejoin his family. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Chairperson of the Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations. The Vice Chairperson, the relevant committee. The Majority Leader. This is a very urgent question that requires immediate action. And we can't see the chairperson, we can't see the vice chairperson. The Honorable Majority Whip, you have to take up this matter.
Yes, I will.
And you don't just have to take it up, you have to also give us the timeline within which you will take it up with the relevant committee.
I will discuss with the chair, and I believe within the next 2 weeks, the committee should be ready.
The Honorable member from Kiambu. Take it up with the majority whip so that the relevant committee is informed accordingly.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. The next is the member for Kitui Central. The member for Kitui Central, Dr. Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I request for a statement regarding status of compensation to Master Simon M. Mwema for injuries sustained following electrocution from Kenya Power Lines. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding status of compensation to Master Simon Mwema due to the spear injuries suffered following electrocution from electricity power lines at Chedani Primary School in Kitui County. Honorable Speaker, on 16 December 2017, a tragic accident occurred where a minor, Master Simon Mwema, was struck by a live and hanging power line at around 6:30 p.m. while playing around Chedani Primary School. He received treatment at Mwingi Level 4 Hospital and later was transferred to Kenyatta National Hospital, where he remained under care until 29th May 2018. During this period, Honorable Speaker, his situation deteriorated significantly, ultimately requiring the amputation of his upper limb. The incident had been duly reported at Mwingi Police Station via OB 23/17/2/2017 and the Kenya Power offices in Mwingi, where officials assured the family that a thorough investigation would be undertaken. However, despite several follow-up visits by the family seeking assistance, KPLC has taken no substantive action, Honorable Speaker. The unfortunate incident caused permanent physical disability on the minor and has resulted in psychological trauma and financial hardship for the family. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. Roman 1, status of an investigation on the incident by the Kenya Power and action taken, if any. Roman 2, the steps taken to compensate the family of the minor, including reimbursement of medical expenses, provision of a prosthetic limb, and compensation for the psychological effects of the resultant amputation. Roman 3, Honorable Speaker, timelines as to when the family should expect to receive the said compensation. And Roman 4, specific actions that have been taken to prevent similar incidents, including regular inspection of electrical infrastructure and safety measures to protect the public from their hazardous electrical installations. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. This statement is directed to the Committee on Energy. The chairperson, Energy, you can see the Honorable Kawai in the House. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we just had a conversation with the KPLC CEO, and Kenya Power has in place an insurance for such cases as electrocution, and every case is actually submitted to the insurance. But I will give a full response within the next 1 week.
The next 1 week?
Yes.
That's great. I think, Honorable Makali, that is fair. Thank you. The next would be the member for Kipipiri. The questions appear in the order paper today as number 5 and 6 are deferred to later dates as will be notified in the order paper. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Recognizing we are constrained of time and you have guided that we do not discuss any statement, I wish to put it on record that last week, Honorable TJ Kajwang confirmed to me that he would give a response of my statement dated 15th of October from Departmental Committee of Transport. To date, I have not heard of it. So, Honorable Speaker, if you could guide if the chairs could work to the commitment of the statements that we seek. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding human-wildlife conflict in Kipipiri constituency. Honorable Speaker, human-wildlife conflict in both protected and unprotected areas has remained a significant concern across the country for several decades. Recently, residents of Kipipiri constituency have faced a surge in wildlife invasion and attacks, leading to loss of lives, livestock, destruction of crops, the damage of property. These incidents are primarily caused by marauding elephants, buffaloes, hyenas, monkeys, and other wildlife, which have wreaked havoc in various parts of my constituency. Honorable Speaker, on 21st September 2024, a 42-year-old man, Mr. Samuel Kahiga Kamau, was fatally gored by a stray buffalo, which another individual sustained serious injuries after the attack in Mwangaza village, and just a few days later, on 29th of September, another attack in Kefruti area resulted in the loss of several livestock. On October 31st, an elephant killed a cow at Jiret area. Most recently, on 5th of November, residents of Demi have lost 4 livestock in yet another wildlife attack. This increasing invasion have instilled a deep sense of fear among the residents. Honorable Speaker, the losses incurred due to these incidents are profound, as the value of human life is immeasurable. The damage to crops and loss of livestock caused by these recurrent wildlife attacks have plunged the residents into economic distress, given their heavy reliance on crop farming and animal husbandry for their livelihood. Human-wildlife conflict not only disrupt local subsistence and industrial economic, but also accelerate the decline of wildlife population. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the Chairperson of Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the action being taken by the Ministry to, 1, mitigate the human-wildlife conflict in Kipipiri constituency and assure residents of their safety and security of their property. 2, compensate for the loss of lives, injuries, and property damages resulting from wildlife attacks. And lastly, deploy Kenya Wildlife Service officers to the affected areas to help reduce the frequency and impact of the attacks. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. You can see residents of Kipipiri are living in fear from wildlife, as their member is also threatened from the leadership of this House.
Yeah, so serious. I would like to hear from the the chairperson of the Committee on Tourism and Wildlife. Is the chairperson in the House? And the vice chairperson? You know, members, we've advised chairs to be in the House. The Honorable Majority Whip.
Honorable Speaker, it's unfortunate that the chair and the vice chair are not in, and we need to be serious and be committed to our task. And that is why the members of parliament today are calling for reshuffle, so that we get rid of all the chairs and the vice chairs who are not committed, because it is quite clear. We can see that They are not in the house. They are not giving us the response on time, and that is affecting the progress of our work. So it is high time for us to take action, Honorable Speaker. And on that note, may I say that this is a matter of interest to many Kenyans, and it needs serious attention. And I promise that still within 2 weeks, the chair should give us the response. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that is a fair comment on the matter. The Honorable TJ Kajuang, what is out of order?
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, am I audible? Am I audible?
You got a mic next to you, Honorable Kajuang.
Mr. Speaker, sir, you heard the member of Kipipiri mention my name. May I confirm to her, Mr. Speaker, sir, that I keep my promises and I'm up to the task. And I also keep my professional undertaking. I made a commitment to her, a professional undertaking, that we will respond from the Committee on Transport to her question in the shortest period of time. I can confirm to her that on Thursday, afternoon of Thursday, she will have her response, adequate response on that day. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Speaker.
you. Thank you. We are not going to be debating questions this afternoon or statements. The next person, Member of Parliament, to raise a statement is the member for the nominated member, the Honorable Irene Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding the declaration of protected areas in Nyamira County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding the declaration of certain areas in Nyamira County as protected areas and national monuments. Honorable Speaker, tourism is a key driver of our economy and a significant contributor to economic activities. Nyamira County is fortunate to host numerous sites rich in cultural heritage that are essential for tourism and development and economic growth. These sites include the Manga Hills, Emanga Ridge, Engoroya Manga, Kera Waterfalls, Kora Hills, and the Kiabonyeru Hills. On Wednesday, 16th August of 2023, during question time, I posed a supplementary question to the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife regarding the declaration of these historical sites, especially Manga Hills, as protected areas and national monuments. The Cabinet Secretary acknowledged the significance of these sites and confirmed that a proposal was being developed in collaboration with the State Department for Culture and Heritage and the County Government of Nyamira to achieve this objective. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following. A comprehensive report on the progress made by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife in implementing the undertaking by the Cabinet Secretary on Wednesday, 16th of August, 2023, including specific timelines for the completion of the said process. And B, a report on the number of heritage sites in Nyamira County that are currently receiving support from the Tourism Fund. I thank you.
The chairperson, Committee on Tourism and Wildlife.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm the Vice Chair, the Committee of Tourism and Wildlife, and I've had the two questions asked by the two members, and it's good to confirm that we have really trying to deal with the issue of human-wildlife conflict, and we are doing our best. We have had interventions with the ministry and what they are doing, and we promise in the next 2 weeks we'll be able to bring a response to this House in regards to the two statements and the question that has been asked by the member of Kipipili, Mheshimiwa Wanjiku Moya. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. And Honorable Kanjiku, as you walked in, I'm sure you heard the displeasure of the membership and of the leadership about attendance in the House of Chairpersons and the deputies. I hope you heard that displeasure and that you'll deal with it.
Thank you. I think among many I'm a vice chair of the committee, but I'm certain among most visible and who attend the plenary and the chamber, Mr. Speaker, I think my attendance is on the high level, Mr. Speaker, and therefore I confirm that we continue attending the chambers. I think my chair is out of the country for some other reasons, but I think also he's a committed member of this 13th Parliament, Mr. Speaker, and we confirm that we will continue being available to serve our people and also to serve this Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Before I go to responses, there is a members, there are responses to be issued by the Committee of Transport and Infrastructure. And the first response would be to a statement requested by the Honorable Member for Matuga, the Honorable Tandaza Sawa. So I'll give this chance to the member, to the chairperson of the Committee on Transport and Infrastructure. The Honorable Zahir, I'm told you are in charge of this. The Honorable Zahir Janda, I'm told you're in charge of this. Are you?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'd like to make a response to a statement on behalf of my chair of the Transport and Infrastructure Committee.
So,
Honorable Chair.
Order. I'm informed that the Honorable Tandaza is not in the House. I don't know that he assigned that to any other member. If not, then you pen the question. You table the response. He will look at it when he comes to the House next.
Honorable Speaker, I also have a statement for...
Yes, we're going to do that one next. The member for Saboti. Member for Saboti in the House. Honorable Hamisi. These responses will be tabled accordingly, and members thereof lose any right to come and demand for them on the floor of the House. So the responses to those two questions have been tabled by the member, by the chairperson of the Committee on Transport and Infrastructure, and will be dealt with accordingly. Thank you. So, all members, there is a statement to be raised under standing order 43 by the Honorable Member for Bomet, Honorable Lynette Toto. This is your opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to make a statement, a general statement regarding statement of healthcare services at Longisa River Hospital in Bomet County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 43, I rise to make a statement regarding the tragic death of a young girl, Diana Chepkemoi from Tendwet, Village Bomet East constituency. This is due to medical negligence at Longisa County River Hospital. Mr. Speaker, it is with profound sadness that I bring to the attention of this House the untimely demise of a young girl named Diana Usagam to P. Phenom complication due to medical negligence. On 10th of November 2024, a distressing incident occurred where Diana was stung by bees and rushed to Longisa River Hospital for emergency treatment. On arrival, she was left unattended for more than 5 hours at a hospital with reports of demands for payment during a life-threatening emergency. Sadly, she lost her life while being transferred to Tenwek Hospital for special treatment. This incident represents a violation of constitutional right to the highest standard of health as enriched in Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, this tragic incident has also exposed deeper systematic issues within our healthcare system. The Medical Practitioners and Dentists Act, alongside other health regulation, places a duty on healthcare professionals to provide urgent care. The tragic loss of the young girl at Longisa County Referral Hospital is heartbreaking and ought not to happen again. Honorable Speaker, as we seek justice for Diana's family and accountability for this tragic loss, I urge this House to consider immediate intervention to address these systematic failures. The people of Bomet County, and indeed all Kenyans, deserve access to quality healthcare services delivered by professionals in well-equipped facilities. We must ensure that such preventable losses of life do not recur in our health institution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to donate my minutes to the county, to Member of Parliament, Richard Yegon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You don't have any minutes to donate to anybody. Honourable members, you've heard what the Honourable Toto says happened at Longisa. All of us watched news and horror. We'll not debate this, but I'll give a chance to the member for Bomet East to say something. And before we...
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity also to talk about the incident which happened in my constituency. Honorable Speaker, may I take this opportunity to sincerely convey my heartfelt condolences to the family of the young innocent child. Honorable Speaker, this tragic incident underscores the troubling silence from the county government of Bomet, which has yet to release any statement on this matter, despite the fact that the incident occurred at the County Referral Hospital. In times of such sorrow, Mr. Speaker, and injustice, the public rightfully expect accountability and transparency from their leaders. The absence of the response from the county government adds to the pain of this loss and raises concern about the oversight and responsibility within our healthcare facilities, Mr. Speaker. In Diana's memory, it is crucial that the authorities conduct a full investigation, identify those responsible, and enact reforms to ensure such tragedy does not happen again. Upholding the Constitution right to health care as stipulated in Article 43(1)(a) means addressing the systemic issues head on and committing to an equitable, responsive healthcare system for all citizens. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to add this. Where is the CEC? Where is the CEO? The hospital superintendent of the County Referral Hospital? Where is the governor? It is only that they are going into the radio stations, calling radio station, Mr. Speaker, to complain to the members of parliament who are in Nairobi here. We are raising a lot of concern with the issues which is happening in the County Referral Hospital. County Referral Hospital should be taken as a crime scene, Mr. Speaker. Longisa Referral Hospital, Mr. Speaker, has in many cases shown that there is a lot of problems in that hospital, and there is nobody who is trying to address. We want the county official led by the governor himself, the CEC, and the CEO of Health for Bomet to be taken into account for this loss of the child, Mr. Speaker. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honorable members, I think that marks the end of statement and questions, but I'm being moved by the chairperson of CDF committee that he has an announcement to make. He will have 3 minutes to do so, or less, before we go to the next order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to give the announcement that Treasury finally today has released the balance of the CDF money, 5.7 billion, which was due. And we are expecting to get the next balances for the start of the financial year 2024-25 from December. So I want to ask members, as you go back to your constituencies, please make sure you do also ask your committee to do audits to make sure that there is no money remaining in the board which is due for development to their constituencies. The more they stay here, the more we lose as members, or your constituent lose a lot, because we require you to finish this grade 9 classroom, grade 9 report to school. They do not go under trees. They will go to classes which have been done by the National Government Constituency Development Fund. So I want to wish each one that may you do a good job and submit your proposals as soon as possible for 2024-25 financial year. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The member carrying his hands up. Don't you have a card? We cannot see you. Go ahead. We cannot see. You don't have a card.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. And sorry, I want to take you back a bit on the request for statements that have been made by my colleagues regarding the human-wildlife conflicts. Mr. Speaker, in the month of September, I think around 18th there.
Order. The Honorable Kawanjiku, the member for Kiamba. This question or the statement being raised by the member on his feet is for you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the 18th of September, or thereabout, I did ask for a statement in this floor of the House regarding the human-wildlife conflict in Bamba and Ganze constituency. I had said that we are suffering an invasion by elephants who have left the Tsavo East National Park, and they have invaded areas where people are living. And the chairman of the committee had promised me that he will be giving a statement in this House in 2 weeks' time. But up to now, it's around almost 2 months, and we have not had anything from the committee. So, Mr. Speaker, I was asking for direction on what we need to be done, because as it is right now, the situation in Ganze is even getting worse, and it really needs an immediate intervention by the government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the Vice Chairperson, Committee on Tourism and Wildlife.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I will fast track. I would really want to apologize on the behalf of my chair if the report has not been tabled in the floor of the House, but I think the report is ready. We seek your permission, Mr. Speaker, that by the end of this week or early next week, Tuesday, we'll have tabled the report before the floor of this House, Mr. Speaker.
This report to be tabled on Thursday this week, Thursday afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well guided.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024. Second reading, question to be put.
Oh, members, debate on this bill, the second reading stage was concluded, and this therefore is a decision to make. Therefore, put the question that the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024, be now read a second time. Will as many without opinion say aye? Will as many without opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Kenya Roads Board Act of 1999. Order number 9, the T Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2023, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Tea Act to provide for direct sales of tea, the payment of tea proceedings, and for connected purposes.
Next order.
Order number 10, the Maternal, Newborn, and Child Health Bill, Senate Bill number 17 of 2023, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for coordinated system for provision of quality maternal, newborn, and child health services, to provide for response to maternal and child morbidity and mortality in the country, to provide for a healthcare system that facilitates the attainment of health rights for mother and child, and for connected purposes.
Honorable members, before you go to the next order, I got a communication to make regarding order. Remember walking as if you're going to the market in Kisii. Can you sit somewhere? Remember Ruku? Don't Boruku. Oh, members, this is a communication regarding the withdrawal of specific provisions contained in the statute law, Miscellaneous Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023, which we'll consider shortly in the committee of the whole House. Honorable members, as you may be aware, the statute law, Miscellaneous Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023, was published via Kenya Gazette Supplement number 206 of 30th October 2023, to effect various amendments to 9 statutes. The bill, which is sponsored by the Leader of Majority, was read a first time on 15th November 2023, and thereafter the bill was referred to various departmental committees for consideration of relevant provisions in accordance with the respective mandates, with the lead committee being the Departmental Committee on Legal Affairs, Justice and Legal Affairs. The committees tabled their respective reports on the bill in the House on 15 February 2024. Thereafter, the bill was considered and passed by the House at second reading on Wednesday, 12th June 2024, and committed to a committee of the whole House. Indeed, as you may be aware, you have noticed, on today's order paper, the bill is scheduled for consideration in the committee of the whole House under order number 11. Honorable members, before the House proceeds to consider the bill in the committee of the whole House, I wish to notify the House that I have since received a request from the sponsor of the bill, that is the Leader of Majority Party, via a letter dated 11th November 2024, seeking my consent for the withdrawal of the proposed amendments relating to sections 186, 4, and 6F of the Children's Act, Cap 141, as contained in the bill. The amendments proposed the deletion of provisions which prohibit the court from granting a sole male applicant and foreign applicant adoption of a child. In the letter, the Leader of Majority states that the import of the proposed amendments to the said provisions necessitates further consultations and engagements with relevant stakeholders. Honorable members, having considered the justification by the Majority Leader, I have acceded to his request to withdraw the provisions relating to section 186.4 and 6F of the Children's Act, Cap 141, as contained in the statute law, Miscellaneous Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67, 2023. In this regard, the bill will therefore be proceeded with the committee of the whole House without reference to the withdrawn provisions, and will be considered as though the withdrawn provisions was not part of the bill ab initio. The House is accordingly guided. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Thank you, honorable members. You may take your seats as we go to the committee of the whole House. And please, I would advise you stick. The omnibus is usually a very important bill, and your interest must be inside here. Okay. Very well, honorable members, we want to consider the statute law, miscellaneous amendments, bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023. Okay, honorable members, following the Speaker's direction, we are not going to consider the provisions relating to the Children's Act number 29 of 2022 as directed by the Speaker because it's already withdrawn by the Leader of Majority.
It's okay. Schedule. Provisions relating to the Copyright Act, number 12 of 2001.
Very well.
Let me read the section. Section 2.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be amended as proposed in section 2. There's an amendment to this, and therefore I bring the chair. which is the Copyright Act, number 12 of 2001. Chair sports, very good in the House. Proceed, Chair. Give him the mic.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper. The justification, or before I get there, is by deleting the proposed amendments to Section 2. The justification, Chair, the bill proposes to amend the definition of the term collective management organization so as to include the negotiation of license fees as one of the objects of the collective management organization. Section 33(9) of the Act provides that a license to copyright work may be granted by the owner of the copyright. Further, Section 33A of the Act...
Order, Honorable Chair. Let's deal with Section 2, and then we shall give you a chance.
Thank you.
Very well, honorable members, I propose the question that Section 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Section 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question that the provisions relating to Section 2 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New section 30AA.
I propose the question that the provisions relating to the new section, I'll take it again. I now propose the question that provisions relating to the Copyright Act, number 12 of 2001, be amended as proposed in the new section 30A. Chair.
Chair, I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper, that is by deleting the proposed new section 30AA. The justification: the bill proposes to insert a new section 30AA into the Act, which provides for the regulation of equitable remuneration of performers and producers in a sound commercial. In terms of this amendment, the user of the commercial shall be paid an equitable remuneration to be divided in half by the producer and the performer. The amendment provides for the payment of equitable remuneration of only performers and producers of sound recordings on a 50-50 basis, and this leaves out any other players that may be involved in the creation of the sound recording. Further, the formula for the sharing of the remuneration should not be contained in the Principal Act, but may be provided for in the subsidiary legislation.
Mike.
And further, Chairman, as I conclude, the High Court in the Constitution Petition number 5 of 2016 in Malindi ruled that Section 30A of the Copyright Act, being the proposed new Section 30AA, was unconstitutional because it limited the rights of the artist to choose how their royalties are to be paid and therefore limited their freedom of association.
Honourable members, I now propose the question that Section 30AA be deleted as proposed by the Chair. Honourable members, I now put the question that Section 30AA be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. That was a deletion, so we proceed.
Section 30B.
Honourable members, I propose the question that the provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be amended as proposed. Section 30B. Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper in the proposed amendments to Section 30B. 1, by deleting the proposed amendment to the subsection 1. 2, by deleting the proposed amendments to subsection 2. And 3, by deleting the proposed amendments to subsection 3. Justification, Chair. The bill proposes to amend Section 30B of the Act to include orders under the ambit of collection of royalties by the Kenya Revenue Authority or any other entity designated by the Kenya Copyright Board. While the committee noted that this amendment would serve to include orders in the collection of royalties by the Kenya Revenue Authority, the committee agreed with the submissions of the Kenya Copyright Board to withdraw the amendments to allow for the stakeholders' engagement to ensure that all relevant categories of rights are included in the provision. I submit, Chair.
Very well, honourable members. I now propose the question that Section 30B be deleted as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Section 30B be deleted as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Section 30B be, I'll take it again. I now put the question that Section 30B relating to the Copyright Act, Cap 12 of 2001 be deleted as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 46.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be amended as proposed in Section 46. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper in the proposed amendments to Section 46. 1, by deleting the proposed amendments to the subsection 1. 2, by deleting the proposed amendments to subsection 3. Then 3, by deleting the proposed amendment to subsection 4. And this is the justification, Chair. The bill proposes to amend Section 46(1) of the Act to provide for the requirement of an operating license issued by the board in addition to a registration certificate for a person or association of persons to carry on business of collective management organization. The committee further noted that the requirement of the both registration and operating license may lead to the bureaucracy within the creative arts sector. The committee noted that the proposed amendments to extend the validity period for a registration certificate issued to a collective management organization from 12 months to 36 months may be a welcome provision. However, the Kenya Copyright Board requested that the amendment be withdrawn from the bill to allow for further consultation with all the relevant stakeholders. Chair, the proposed amendments to section 46(4) to provide that the board may approve a collective management organization if it is satisfied that the body is a company limited by guarantee and incorporated under the Companies Act of 2015, and that additionally, the company is registered as a collective management organization by the board, amounts to a conflict and would amount to increase in bureaucracies in the registration of the collective management organization. Finally, Chair, the proposed new subsections, providing that where a collective management organization license is revoked, the board shall appoint an agent to hold monies until the license is reinstated or a new organization is licensed by the board, would result in implementation and accountability challenges. I submit, Chair.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that section 46 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, I now put the question that section 46 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 46A.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be amended as proposed. Proposed in section 46. Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper by deleting the proposed amendments to section 46A. Justification, Chair, the bill proposes to insert a new subsection into section 46A, which provide for the power of licensed collective management organization to appoint an agency to collect and distribute royalties on its behalf through the National Rights Registry. The amendment conflicts with the provisions of section 22C of the Act, which provides that the functions of the National Rights Registry shall be A, digital registration of the right holders, B, digital registration of the copyright works, C, authentication and authorization for consumers of rights works, D, media monitoring registered copyright works, E, tracking, monitoring, and the dissemination of data or logs related to access of registered copyright works, and finally, any other functions that may be assigned by the board. The National Rights Registry is not involved in the collection and the distribution of royalties. I submit.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that section 46. We have done that one. Honorable members, I now propose the question that provision relating to section 46 be amended as proposed by the mover. Honorable members, I now put the question that section 46 be amended as proposed by the mover. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 46A.
He has already done that one, so move to section 46B. Chair, deal with both A and B. We are done with 46.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper by deleting the proposed amendments to section 46B. Justification, Chair, the amendment inserts a new subsection 1A, which seeks to give power to the board of directors of a collective management organization to co-opt persons with professional expertise. This amounts to micromanaging the CMOs by directing in legislation how they should conduct their management affairs. The proposed new subsection 5 is not necessary, as it is a restatement of the provision of Regulation 16C of the Corporate Collective Management Regulation, which provides that a general meeting shall decide the appointment and dismissal of the organization's officials, review the officials' performance, and approve their remuneration and other benefits. The proposed new subsection 6, 7, and 8, which provide that a person convicted of an offense shall not be eligible to be appointed as a board member or staff of a collective management organization, may be contained in the CMO's constitutions, noting that CMOs are private entities. Chair, I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper by deleting the proposed amendment to section 46C. Justification.
Order, Chair. You have moved all the way to C, but we had called out A and B.
Thank
So
you, Chair.
allow me to put the question. Honorable members, I now propose the question, not put the question, but I now propose the question that sections 46A and section 46B be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, let's hear Honorable Undo on this one.
Chair, I just need a bit of clarification from the chair, because looking at subsection 46A, Chair, it relates to the appointment of an agency approved by the board to collect and distribute royalties on their behalf through the National Registry, Rights Registry. Yet what the chair has basically related to actual results is under section 46B. So I was just wondering, how does he treat section 46A in view of the proposed amendment? Probably can tell us the justification, because the justification as given relates to 46B. I want him to give us justification in relation to 46A.
Proceed, Chair, and give that justification.
Honorable Chair, this justification of section 46A, the bill proposes to insert new subsection into section 46A, which provide for the power of a licensed collective management organization to appoint an agency to collect and distribute royalties on its behalf through the National Rights Registry. And I went further, say the amendment conflicts with the provision of section 22C of the Act, which provides that the functions of the National Rights Registry shall be, and I tabulated the same, Honorable Chair.
Very well. Honorable members, I now put the question that sections 46A and B be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 46C.
Chair. Oh, let me first propose the question that provisions relating to I'll take it again. Let me propose the question that provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be amended as proposed in section 46C. Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper by deleting the proposed amendment to section 46C, and the justification is the provisions contained in the proposed new subsection 1A are already contained in the current section 46(5) of the Act, which provides that the board shall not approve another collective management organization in respect of the same class of rights and category of works if there exists another collective management organization that has been licensed and functions to the satisfaction of its members. There is therefore no need to restate the provision. I submit, Chair.
Very well, I now propose the question that section 46C be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that section 46C be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 46E.
I propose the question that the provisions relating to the Copyright Act 2012 of 2001 be amended in section 46E as proposed. Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended as it appears in the order paper by deleting the proposed amendment to section 46E. Justification, Chair, the proposed new paragraph H, providing for inspection of a collective management organization by the board at any other time that the board considers appropriate, may be subject to abuse since the specific circumstances in inspection are already set out in section 46E6 of the Act. The Act already gives to the board to inspect the accounts of collective management organization. Therefore, it is not necessary to restate the same. I submit, Chair.
Very well, honorable members. I now propose the question that section 46E be amended as proposed by the chair.
With the question.
Honorable member, yes, honorable Undo.
Chair, I would request the chair probably also give an insight, because if you are deleting the entire 46E, yet had section 7, subsection 7, and subsection 8, and this related to issues of accounts and the rest, probably you could also explain to us, does it also mean the two remaining subsections also are deleted, and yet you have not spoken to it? Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Chair, the sections that have not spoken to them, they therefore remain. We have only amended the ones we feel are not necessary. I submit, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Wundo, what is it again?
Chair, if you look at the order paper, H says by deleting the proposed amendments to section 46E. And section 46E, Honorable Speaker, has got several. So that's what we want to understand, that it cannot be said that what he has not spoken to is not being amended, yet the adding on the order paper is deleting the proposed amendment section 46E, which contains several subsections. So in the implication of what is here and what he's saying are completely different things. That's why we need to be very clear. Are we amending the entirety, and yet he has not given justification for deleting subsection 7 and subsection 8? That's what I'm just seeking clarification.
He has heard you clearly. Chair, you could speak on that.
Whatever, and I want to submit, Chair.
Yes.
That we have only touched on what we feel is erroneous in these sections. And therefore, that's why we have only given the justification on H, because that is what interferes with the amendments as they appear.
So which specific ones have you touched on? Just for record purposes.
We have only amended section H.
Very well. And Honorable Undo, you can approach the table together with the chair, because we need to be quite clear so that we are able to move on just approach the table, chair, for 1 minute. Give me the mic. I also advise that the chair, you sit somewhere near here, because those regular consultations are important, especially with the councils. And then you proceed. Very well, Chair. You could just speak on that one now for only 1 minute, just to make sure that the House is clear about the consultations you've been having with the leader of majority leader, and Oundo.
Honorable Chair, we intend to delete the whole section 46E because it is already provided for in the Act.
Very well, honorable members. I now put the question that section 46E be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that section 46E be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the global question, which is that the provisions relating to the Copyright Act number 12 of 2001 be deleted. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I further advise that if you are chair, you are having more amendments, you move closer. Okay, very well, you are through with your section. We proceed.
Provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act 2015, number 1 of 2015. Section 2.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act I'll take it again. Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in section 2. Chair.
Chair, I beg to move that the amendments as appearing in the Scrap Metal Act, as it appears in the order paper, be amended as it appears in the order paper. And the justification for that, Chair, is that the proposed amendment is necessary to bring clarity to the definition of the word scrap metal.
Proceed to move the second part of it.
Chair, I propose to, I beg to move that the amendments as appears in that order paper on the second part be amended as appears on the order paper. And again, the justification is that the word platinoid group has been used in the definition of scrap, and as such, it is proper for the word to be defined to clarity on the types of metals that fall within the platinoid group.
Very well, honorable members, I now propose the question that section 2 be amended as proposed by the chair. There's an interest in this. Yes, the Honorable Archie.
Chair, when I look at the Act and I look at the amendments, while I appreciate the Chair, then it would have been better if you want to give clarity to scrap, to now explain to Kenyans to understand better, because you realize the distractions we are having right now, even in the metals we put on the roads everywhere, it is just so sad. But when you just say scrap, then it will continue being the same challenge. So if it is for clarity, then give us more clarity on it so that Kenyans can understand. They know there's a Scrap Metal Act, so then clarity on what?
Let's hear the majority leader.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think just to make it clear to Honorable Elachi, the definition of scrap metal is already contained in the Act. And in actual sense, what the Chair is trying to do now is to delete the words of used automobile. For instance, you discover in almost all parking yards in government offices, they are used automobiles. Therefore, if you use used automobile as a scrap metal, people will go and park cars today and tomorrow they will sell them as scrap. That is why the definition now, within the definition for scrap metal for used automobile, is being deleted to now use the word discarded. A discarded automobile that is not in use. Otherwise, if you say a used automobile, even my own car, because it came second-hand from Japan, is a used automobile. And somebody might just declare it as a scrap metal and sell it as scrap metal. Therefore, that was the clarity of that definition. To Honorable Chair, I think it's also good to include the exact definition of what is constituted of platinoid groups. Platinoid group, Honorable Speaker, as the Chair has enumerated. If you look at the import of many of these amendments, and those who sit in the House Business Committee, including yourself, Chair, will remember just this afternoon, the Honorable Chepkonga raised the issue of copper. And we had indication that there was indeed a bill that was limiting who would trade in scrap metal that relates to copper and aluminum. And these amendments are actually in these miscellaneous statutes, that it will now be possible to protect our transformers, our other installations, including rail guards that are made, some from aluminum, and people vandalize this critical government infrastructure, including transformers. And this afternoon, the Honorable Chepkonga was just speaking about how many of our constituents are suffering from transformers that have been vandalized, largely because people are looking for copper windings that are inside those transformers to sell as scrap metal. And therefore, with the enactment of this legislation, it will now be possible to protect even our transformers and other critical infrastructure, Honorable Speaker, and I therefore support those amendments.
Thank you, Majority Leader, and I think that explanation now comes out. even from where I'm seated, I'm very, very much now clear. And I hope, Honorable Elachi, it's clear to you. Honorable members, I now put the question that Section 2 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 4.1.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act, number 1 of 2015, in section 4.1 be amended as proposed.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that section 4.1 be amended as it appears in the order paper. And the justification for that amendment, Chair, is that it is necessary to include the principal secretaries for finance and internal security as members of the Scrap Metal Council. Since the two have been excluded in the Principal Act, yet they have a critical role to play in matters policy formulation that will assist the Council in developing appropriate measures and mechanisms for regulating the scrap metal industry and ensuring economic growth, protection of public health, and conformity to the principles of environmental stewardship as required by the Basel Convention as provided under Section 6.1 AI and of the Scrap Metal Act. And that is very necessary, especially now that we need to protect our assets. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question that section 4.1 be amended as proposed by the chair. In the absence of interest, honorable members, I now put the question that section 4.1 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 4.1F1 and section 4.1F5.
There are no amendments on this one, and therefore, honorable members, I propose the question that the provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act, number 1 of 2015, be amended as proposed in section 4.1F1 and section 4.1F5. Because there are no amendments, honorable members, I proceed to put the question, which is that section 4.1F1 and section 4.1F5 be amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 6.1A2.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act, number 1 of 2015, be amended as proposed in sections 6.1A2 of the bill. There being no amendment, I now put the question that section 6.1A2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 9.1.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in section 9.1. And there being no amendment, honorable members, I now put the question that section 9.1 be amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 11.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 in section 11 be amended in clause 11 as proposed in the bill. Equally, there's no amendment. I now put the question. Is there an amendment? Very well, Chair, there is an amendment in section 11. So proceed, Chair.
Chair, I propose that the amendment in section 11 is to propose the amendment to propose the deletion of the proposed amendment to section 11. And the justification for this, Chair, is that the opinion of the committee was that the provision encourages dealing of copper, aluminium, and the alloys, which form part of what we call the critical national infrastructure. And as such, it will be improper to make a provision for issuance of special license for dealing in alloys that form part of critical infrastructure.
Honourable members, I propose the question that section 11 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Any interest, Honourable Oundo?
Chair, I just also want to support. I sit in the committee and we deliberated on this matter at length. And basically, Chair, is to cure the discretion that was going to be given to the Cabinet Secretary to do things, to give licenses that is going to deplete our critical infrastructure. Because we have seen in the past, Honorable Speaker, when such discretion is given to a human being, the tendency to abuse or misuse is very compelling and should never give room for such kind of discretion. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Gishimu.
Thank you, Chair. As I support this proposal by the committee to delete any provision delegating powers to make law can only be through this parliament, either through an act of parliament or through a regulation. So giving the Cabinet Secretary open powers to give licenses on such critical matters would have negated the role of parliament to make law. Thank you.
Very well. Honourable members, I now put the question that section 11 be deleted as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 18.3A, 18.3B.
Honourable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in clauses 18.3A and 18.3B. Because there are no amendments, I proceed to put the question that clause, I proceed to put the question that sections 18.3A and sections 18.3B be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 24.
Honourable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in section 24. And there being no amendment, honourable members, I now put the question that section 24 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 22.2, Section 24, Section 24.2, and Section 26.1.
Thank you, honourable members. I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in section 26. Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in section 26(2). There's an amendment to this, Chair.
Thanks, Chair. I beg to move that section 26(2) be amended as it appears in the order paper. And the justification for this, Chair, is that the amendment is necessary to give effect to the proposed amendment under section 26(1), which gives the Cabinet Secretary power to authorize export or import of specific scrap metal. And section 26(1) is also amended to prohibit export or import of scrap metal unless authorized by the Cabinet Secretary responsible for industrialization. As such, the committee proposes to allow the export of export or import of scrap of specific scrap metal for specific purposes. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question that section 26(2) be amended as proposed by the Chair. Yes, Honorable Gichimu.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, this cures the intention that had been intended in the amendment of section 11, whereby any action by the Cabinet Secretary for Internal Security, for matters relating to finance, and also in consultation with the Council, will have to prescribe. Prescription in law means there have to be regulations so that we can be able to restrict. Even this Parliament will also have a say in determining what kind of metals can be given licenses for importation or exportation. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Honorable. That's Honorable Watch.
Thank you, Honorable Chairs. I support the proposed amendment with the rider and hoping that this is subject to provisions of 94(5) relating to the powers of Parliament, that nobody has the power to make law other than Parliament, as adverted by my colleague, that the committee that deals with the delegated legislation will also be able to have a bite at the decisions of the CS for Finance and the other relevant CSs. Otherwise, I support. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that section 26(2) be amended as proposed by the mover. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 26(3), Section 26, Section 31A, Section 31E2.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended as proposed in sections 26(3), 26, 31A, 31E2. There being no amendments on this one, I proceed to put the question that sections 26(3), Section 26, Section 31A, and Section 31E2 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the global question, which is that provision relating to the Scrap Metal Act number 1 of 2015 be amended, as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as without contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Provisions relating to the National Employment Act number 3 of 2016. Section 2, Section 4, Section 9C, Section 17(2), Section 28(2), Section 31.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the employment, to the National Employment Authority Act 2016, number 3 of 2016, be amended as proposed in sections 2, sections 4, sections 9C, sections 17.2, sections 28.2, sections 31. There being no amendments, honorable members, I proceed to put the question that sections 2, sections 4, 9C, 17.2, 28.2, and 31 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 32.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the National Employment Authority Act 2016, number 3 of 2016, be amended as proposed in section 32. Is there an amendment? Yes, the Labour Committee Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the proposed amendment to the section 32 of the National Employment Authority Act. And Honorable Chair, the justification is that that section does not contain the word youth, and the intention was to replace the word youth with a jobless, with the word jobless. So that section does not contain the word youth, and that is the justification.
Very well. I propose the question that section 32 be amended as proposed by the chair. That there being no interest, I put the question that section 32 be amended as proposed by the mover. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 33, section 33.1, 33.3, 34, 36.1, 36.3, 36.4, 37, and 40.
.4, 37, and 42 be amended as proposed in the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put a global question, which is that the provisions relating to the National Employment Authority Act 2016, number 3 of 2016, be as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Provisions relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Act, number 35 of 2016.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Acts of 2016 be amended as proposed in the bill. Is there an amendment on this one? Honorable members, there being no amendment, I proceed to put the question that I'll take it again. Honorable members, I now put the question that provisions relating to the Fisheries Management and Development Act of 2016 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Proceed.
Provisions relating to the Energy Act, number 1 of 2019.
Amendments? Yes. Honorable members, I now propose the question.
Section 2.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019 be amended as proposed in the bill. In sections 2. No amendment? Honorable members, I therefore proceed to put the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019 in section 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Is the chair in the house? Very well, thank you.
New section 6A.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019 be amended as proposed in section 6A. No amendments. I proceed to put the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019 be amended as proposed in section 2A. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The chair be awake to these amendments because you are the ones who are guiding us.
Section 10.
I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019 be amended as proposed in section 10. Chair? Okay. Honorable Kawaya is in the house.
Thank you. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to section 10 and substituting, therefore, the new amendment. Delete the words "with exception of crude oil" appearing in paragraph 2. And the import of this is that we want to give EPRA the mandate to regulate crude oil. Currently, crude oil is not being regulated.
Honorable members, I propose the question that section 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, the Honorable.
Chair, I would just like to get a little more information. As we are going on, I can see a lot of things are passing. But this sounds a very interesting bit that crude oil is now being regulated. It sounds good to me that it should be. But can we just now know what exactly is happening with the crude oil? And where does it come from? What are we using it for? And so it's important for us to know that background. Because in general, it sounds a good thing. That background will help us make the decision.
Very well. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. You know, currently we have been using refined oil, but you also know we are making a lot of progress with the Turkana oil, so we are going to be having a crude oil of our own. And again, regulation also does not necessarily mean that we are using crude oil ourselves. We are likely also to have potential customers who want to use our transit lines, our pipelines to transport the crude oil. There must be some form of regulation for any crude oil arriving in the country.
Very well.
Chair, I therefore support this, but also add that, we used to actually have a refinery at Changamwe. If we are going to look back and even reinstitute that and revive it, then I think that this amendment is important. I support.
Very well, you are in concurrence. Honorable members, I now put the question that section 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 12(1)(e).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in the clause in section 12(1)(e). Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to section 12(1)(e). Chair, this particular amendment sought to remove one of the representation to the EPRA board, who is a county representative of the county governments, or a representative from the Council of Governors. As the Energy Committee, we could not see the reason why we do not need to have a representative of the county governments in the EPRA board, because considering that energy is a shared function.
By the mover. Honorable members, I now put the question that sections 12(1)(e) be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 21.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in section 21.
Electricity and petroleum. And as you understand, as a energy committee, we are also working on reducing the cost of energy, and this sought actually to negate the very effort that we are doing, and that's a deletion. And further to that, I think it goes together with section 20. Their proposal was, besides increasing this or doubling these collections.
Honorable Chair, we had called out section 21. Allow me to propose the question that section 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. There are many interests here. Yes, Honorable Bowen.
Chair, I want to support the chair of the committee. Because at this difficult time, the Honorable Chair, when Kenyans are really struggling with payment of bills, especially the electricity bills, it's very inappropriate for EPRA to increase, from the 0.5 to 1, that's almost 50%. So I want to support the committee and the chair that this is not the right time. We are living at a very difficult time, and as a country, we are looking at measures on how we can reduce the cost of electricity amongst our people, Support, Honorable Chair.
Very well. There was another interest. Honorable Watch.
Chair, I support this amendment on light of the fact that the cost of electricity has a spiral effect of many other things, including the cost of living, cost of basic commodities. Flagship projects like that the government has expressed itself to be in support of, like manufacturing, trade, investment, are all tied up with the cost of electricity. This includes even investors' migration. Investors have been migrating to neighboring countries because the cost of electricity in neighboring countries compared to Kenya is very, very high. And therefore, an increase in this would actually be increasing the problem rather than reduce it. So I support. Thank you.
Finally, Honorable Undo.
Honorable Speaker, sometimes we wonder where some of these people live, whether they live in Kenya. They feel the pain that Kenyans go through. To have even proposed a deletion to take it to 1%, which would have increased the cost of electricity, considering that Kenya is rated as one of the countries that has the highest cost of electricity. So I totally support the committee on that proposed amendment. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable members, I now put the question that sections 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 20.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in Section 20. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to Section 20. Honorable Chair, again, this is a bit of mischief. EPRA sought to have levies collected by themselves, not be part of the consolidated fund, meaning basically this money is used raw, there's A&A, and that effectively removes, makes it difficult for us as Parliament to be able to oversight funds that are collected as A&A because they are not part of our budget.
Honorable members, I propose the question that Section 20 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, I proceed to put the question that Section 20 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, as earlier on directed by the Speaker, the House was to resume at 5 to deal with matters relating to SHA and SHIF. And therefore, honorable members, at this particular juncture, would have to report progress. Very well, let me hear the point of order from leader.
Honorable Chair, I wanted to beg your indulgence that we do consider completing this because the House sits up to 7 p.m. today. And we have 2 hours. If we even push to about another 15, 20 minutes, we'll be done with this one.
You know, honorable members, the Speaker directed, and therefore let me do some consultations. Very well. Because of the direction that were given by the Speaker, we shall report progress for now, and therefore I call upon the mover, who is the leader, Majority Leader. Honorable Bowen, we have done enough consultation. Allow the Majority Leader to proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I beg to move that the House do report to the House its consideration of the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendments Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023, up to clause 21 of the Energy Act, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again.
Mike. Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendments Bill, National Bill number 67 of 2023, up to the provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019, section 20, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again. Will as many as with that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as with the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Chairperson to report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023, up to provisions relating to the Energy Act number 1 of 2019, section 20, and approved the same with amendments, and seek leave to sit again.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request Honorable Kangogo Bowen to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. The Honorable Dr. Pukose.
Thank you, Chair. The Speaker directed that the motion on adjournment be taken from 5 onwards or after order number 11. In view of the process that we are undertaking in terms of the Committee of the Whole House, where we were in the mid of concluding on the amendments by the Chair Committee on Energy, I request that Chair, in your intelligence, using order number 1, that you allow us to conclude that business, and then we can seek leave to deliberate on the motion by the member for Rangwe, so that for 45 minutes, just 45 minutes, and we'll be through. Honorable Chair, I seek your intelligence.
Honorable Beatrice Elaji.
Chair, I thought we had
the miscellaneous amendment bill. Few sections, Honorable Speaker, and we thought we should dispense of this issue, which will not take more than 20 minutes, Honorable Speaker, and then we go into the Honorable Koko's motion, which is also equally very important and touching the health of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. So I want to support my colleague, the Honorable Pukose, that to give us some few minutes, Honorable Speaker, and we should be done with the miscellaneous amendment bill. The committee of the whole House.
Honorable, the adjournment motion was being brought by which member of the House? The Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo. Would you approach the Speaker? So, honorable members, let me now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. This is the ruling I will make in regard to the request made that we revert to the committee of the whole House. I've consulted the Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo following the direction by the Speaker that we would be adjourning at 5 to see how best we can accommodate the ongoing parliamentary business against the adjournment motion, which ought to have started, by the way, at 5. I'm therefore invoking the powers of the Speaker under Standing Order number 1 to review the previous ruling and direction of the Speaker on the starting time for the adjournment motion, which will now begin at 5:45, at exactly 5:45. And I'm saying I'm doing this having consulted both the majority leader and the mover of the adjournment motion. And there is agreement by both sides that for the convenience of the House and for the due transaction of the businesses we have on the floor, we move that way. So the adjournment motion based on those consultations is moved to 5:45. The previous ruling of the Speaker in this regard stands revised to that extent. 5:45, adjournment motion will be moved. Let us revert to call order number 11 again.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, thank you. We go back to the Committee of the Whole on the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 67 of 2023, and we had progressed up to sections 20 of the Energy Act Cap 314. And honorable members, Chair, we can move faster than we were doing. So we proceed.
Provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314. Okay, let's take it again so that we get the section.
Provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, Section 20.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in Section 20. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to Section 20. The Honorable Chair had spoken to this, that the proposal by EPRA was to, currently the levies collected are supposed to be part of the consolidated fund. They wanted to remove that from the consolidated fund, and the committee's view is that it is more difficult to oversight funds that are given as A directly to institutions.
Honorable members, I propose the question that Section 20 be amended as proposed by the mover. Honorable members, I put the question that Section 20 be amended as proposed by the mover. Will as members of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as members of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 26(4).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in Section 26(4). Chair. There being no amendment, honorable members, I proceed to put the question that Section 26(4) be amended as proposed in the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 45(1).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in Section 45(1). Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to Section 45(1). Honorable Chair, currently the CEO, REREC, serves as the secretary to the board. This particular amendment sought to remove the CEO as the secretary to the board and give the board powers to appoint anybody to serve as a secretary, which we find mischievous.
Very well. I propose the question that Section 45(1) be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that Section 45(1) be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 45(1)(e).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in Section 45(1)(e). Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the word 7 appearing in the amendment proposed to Section 45(1)(e) of the Energy Act, Cap 314, and substituting therefore the word 4. Members, again, REREC sought to increase the membership of their directors appointed by the Cabinet Secretary from 4 to 7. Meaning basically total number is 7. 3 currently are being appointed by the Council of Governors. They wanted to take everything. And we felt that since the representation by the Council of Governors is currently 4, while by the CS is 3. We are going to swap so that we have 4 from the CS and 3 from the Council of Governors. This will also speak to the next amendment.
I propose the question that section 45(1)(e) be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, Majority Leader.
Honourable Speaker, let me thank the chair and support that particular amendment, because the chair did also not mention that this would be against the Mwongozo policy, because that would have moved the board membership from 9 to almost 11 members, or 12, or way above the 9 recommended under the Mwongozo policy. Therefore, I support, and also it's also important that since the Cabinet Secretary in charge of energy is a person who has a lot more business to do than the Council of Governors, it's only right that we allow the CS to nominate 4 people and the Council of Governors nominates 3.
Very well, honorable members, I put the question that section 45(1)(e) be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 45(1)(f).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act Cap 314 be amended as proposed in sections 45(1)(f). Chair.
I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to section 45(1)(f) of the Energy Act Cap 314 and substituting therefore the following new amendment.
I propose the question that sections 45(1)(f) be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, I put the question that section 45(1)(f) be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 76(2), Section 82, Section 98(1)(d), Section 100(1)(b), 117, 129(2), 149(3), and Section 154(2).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act Cap 314 be amended as proposed in sections 76(2), 82, 98(1)(d), 100(1)(b), 117, 129(2), 149(3), 154(2). There being no amendments, honorable members, I now put the question that sections 76(2), 82, 98(1)(d), 100(1)(b), 117, 129(2), 149(3), and 154(2) as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as without contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Section 166(3).
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions related to the energy ended in section 166(3). Chair.
Chair. There should be some form of an error, and we have no amendment on 166(3, neither 166(4, neither 167(1).
Honorable members, I put the question that sections 166(3, sections 166(4, and section 167. Could you confirm, Chair, that the amendments are not on only in the first two?
Even 167, 1. There is no amendment.
Okay, I'll take it again. Honorable members, I put the questions that sections 166.3, 166.4, and 167.1 be amended as proposed in the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Yes, Honorable Undo.
I know it might have been overtaken by events. I thought it would allow us to ventilate, but now that you have said. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the order paper, they providing for deletion. They have amendment on 166.3, 166.4, and 167.1. Honorable Speaker, but I hope the chair is listening. Can you seek, I want to seek the indulgence of the chair to listen.
Chair. Energy. But you are very well set. The majority leader be there because listen to this.
Chair.
What is being said by Honorable Undo.
Chair, on the order paper, they have amendments to section 1, clause 166.3, 166.4, and 167.1. Is it the contentious or is it the pronouncement of the chair that the amendments have been dropped? Or what is it are we talking about? It needs to go on record. Have they been dropped? It needs to go on record because there are no amendments. It's not the same as saying the amendments have been dropped.
Thank you, Honorable Oundo. Chair, could you go on record?
The amendments have been dropped.
Very well, we proceed, and thank you. Mike, we proceed.
Section 169.2.
Honorable members, I propose the question that provisions relating to the Energy Act, Cap 314, be amended as proposed in sections 169.2. Chair, there's an amendment on this one. 169.2.
Yes, there is. I beg to move that the schedule to the bill be amended by deleting the amendment proposed to section 169.2. Chair, it's a bit contentious issue here. That this particular one, the proposal was that if you, for instance, hire a vehicle or rent out your vehicle, and that vehicle is used to carry stolen materials, Kenya Power stolen materials like cables or etc., then you forfeit that vehicle. And the committee felt that it's a bit too, we are stretching it further, too far, because you can easily hire a vehicle without knowing the intent or the purpose for which this vehicle is going to be used, and you rent out your vehicle. This vehicle, if it ends up being used for other purposes, it will be a little too unfair that you forfeit a vehicle by just virtue of hiring this particular vehicle to the person who ends up using it for mischief.
Very well, Chair.
Yes.
Let me propose the question first. Honorable members, let me propose the question that section 169.2 be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, Honorable Bowen. Bowen, you take the first bite.
Yes, I think, I don't know why they deleted this clause, Honorable Speaker, because if you find a vehicle carrying KPLC stolen materials, it means these people, they have organized themselves. They organize including the car at the means of transport. And the whole thing is a scene of crime. So I don't know why the committee, they should not have been deleted. It should be a deterrent. Because many of our transformers in the rural areas, They have been stolen, and they are not taken they are not using their bags, they are using vehicles. Even those vehicles are part of the conspiracy. So this will be forbidden to the state. I oppose.
Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, even though I want to agree with Honorable Bowen that a lot of our communities are suffering because of the way people are stealing all our transformers and all that. But it would be really punitive if you were to punish the person who has hired out their vehicles. Because when you are letting out your vehicle, they don't tell you we are going to use your vehicle to steal. So really, what if you, in good faith, you give out your vehicle and then somebody uses your vehicle to steal? Even in criminal law, we must also be able to assess that you have a criminal mind or a guilty mind, which is called the mens rea. So it should actually be wrong to punish a person without a guilty mind. So I want to agree with the chair with that proposed amendment. Let us put strict punishment, but not punishing people who have not deliberately gone out of their way to steal.
Leader.
Chair, you know, the intent of this amendment was to make it punitive to carry stolen materials, especially those related to the energy sector. But I wanted to propose maybe as a middle ground, Honorable Speaker, that the chair considers, instead of deleting the entire amendment, to add a proviso where we say any vessel used to convey the vandalized equipment or appliance in the attempted vandalism detailed in subsection shall be forfeited to the state, provided that the owner of the vessel is not the person who was who is guilty of having vandalized the equipment. So that we have a proviso, Honorable Speaker, so that we also don't encourage people, because the intent of this amendment, Honorable Speaker, is to discourage even people who lease out their cars for transportation, but may not know what they are transporting. But also, Honorable Speaker, we also need, in view of what the committee is saying, to protect other innocent ferry, and you're able to show that you never intended to transport stolen equipment knowingly. But if you knowingly transported stolen transformers and other equipment, then you forfeit that vehicle. And by the way, this is not the first proviso. Under the KWS Act, if you transport poached animals, you forfeit your vehicle. What was your vehicle doing in a game park? Ferrying elephant tusks. You forfeit the vehicle. If you slaughter antelopes in the game reserves, it is there. So we just need to correct it to have a similar proviso that is punitive and discouraging people from ferrying stolen goods.
The Honorable Massey, as the Honorable Massey speaks on this, Chair.
Thank you.
Order, Honorable Massey, could you consider then coming with a middle level? But let's hear Honorable Massey's contribution.
Thank you,
Very
Chair.
briefly, 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to support the position of the committee. Whereas I agree this is a very serious offense, and I must reiterate that the offenders, the thieves, must be punished, and there should be a serious clause for punishing the thieves. Because, Honorable Chair, I'm just from my constituency. So many cables have been stolen and my people are in darkness. So we cannot allow this to continue. Those who are stealing cables must be punished.
You have made your point.
But we should not punish innocent owners of transport.
You have made your point, Honorable
Honorable Speaker,
Gisairu.
because even your vehicle can be hijacked and used to transport this cable.
You made your point. Gisairu.
Thank you, Chair. I think I support the deletion by the Chair because, Chair, if the car has been leased, it will be wrong to punish the owner, for he may not have been aware that the car will be used for that. Okay. Yes, while we are against the stealing and vandalizing of electrical materials in our constituency and in the country in general, those who can forfeit, if, let's say, you are using your own vehicle and you are part of the act of ferrying the stolen materials, then at that point, because you are a culprit, then at that point you should be able to forfeit.
Very well.
Vehicle. Thank you.
Very
Chair.
well. Finally, Undo.
Chair, I think the committee chair needs to be very careful in what they are amending. Honorable Chair, the Parent Act has a provision, has that particular clause, which says any vessel used to convey. Now, there was an amendment to expand it and make it more neater and tidier. Now, by proposing to delete the proposed amendment, it therefore means whatever exists in the Parent Act remains. See, we must be very clear. What are we saying? If the intention was to delete it completely, then you cannot proceed by how it is stated in this order paper. It means the existing clause or section remains, which is, and I thought the amendment as proposed in the miscellaneous bill was more elaborate and was capturing a little more issues compared to the existing clause, existing section. So the chair needs to be very clear.
Very well.
I want to be very clear that by deleting the proposed amendment, we revert to the existing section.
Very well.
Thank you.
Honorable Muchomba, and then Chair.
Chair, I am just wondering why we are wasting a lot of time to try to make a law that is going to be prohibitive for business people to lend out their cars or lease out their cars.
Honorable Muchomba, this House does not waste time. Mind your language, proceed.
Okay, Chair, I am thinking that even in as much as we support the proposed amendment, we should come up with a way of making sure that we create trackers that can be fixed inside the transformer and anything that is relating to that item, so that even if it is stolen, you don't have to be punishing the owners of the vehicle who were involved in transportation, but generally come up with a system of tracking the item.
Very well.
So in as much as we support him on that, because we don't want to lose the transformers again, let us come up with a way of tracking the equipment itself, because trackers are there.
You have
in
made
Kenya.
your point, and you are fallen on one part of the divide. Okay. Chair, do you have a further amendment to this? Yes. Okay, proceed to move that further amendment. And that means, honorable members, you have been heard. Boyen, who do you want to inform?
Inform the House, Mr. Speaker, that even as we encourage our transporters, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, it is good for them also that before they lease out their trucks, they need to understand what they are hired for. So that we need to have, as a country or the Association of Transporters, they should have a kind of a form. If I hire your vehicle, you need to tell me, what am I going to carry your vehicle?
Very well.
So that now, I don't say I'm going to carry cabbages or vegetables, and then I'm going to carry a transformer from a village.
Honorable Bowen, that's enough. You are only informing the House because we had a gap. Now, Chair, could we get your further amendment? We had exhausted that bit, my two honorable members. I see you clearly, but we had actually finished with that business. Chair.
So thank you, Chair. It's a further amendment on section 169(2).